Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and it's another live episode. Well, maybe you're watching this at a later time and it's not live anymore, but it is being broadcast live on my YouTube channel. It goes out at, I think, 360p, and then it will, after it's done, reformat itself to a higher quality of 720p. So, I want to talk to you about War Z today, but first, tomorrow we have a, let's see, am I lagging here? It looks like I'm lagging a little bit. You know, maybe I'm going to change my camera here, and we'll just do that. You know, I hadn't planned on that, but here we go. So this is another camera view that I have. It is my webcam. The other one looks like it's lagging a little bit. I'm still working out all the stuff for live shows. You know, when I do video production, you know, I check it afterwards and I see how it looks, and it looks okay and stuff, and you know, that's all fine and dandy. Well, yeah, so my other camera that I was using, it just shut itself off. So, yes, I guess it was having a problem. So, tomorrow, though, we're going to do a live show. It'll be at 2 o'clock, it will be at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, and we'll be, let's see, that is 11 a.m. Pacific Time, and then for GMT, like for the UK, it'll be 6 p.m. So anyway, do join us tomorrow for that Sunday, and we will be taking live calls via Skype from people like you. And so add Skype name Marky Dragon if you wish to call in. I prefer video calls, but we will take some audio calls as well. So anyway, let's talk about War Z. And War Z is still in alpha. I've got access to it. I've been playing it. I actually have been doing a whole bunch of gameplay video. And November 5th, the NDA will be lifted. And then going to have a day of, it's going to be like a War Z marathon on the channel here. So that could either go over really well or not so well. I don't know yet, but it really could be, it's going to be somewhere between 10 and like 24 hours worth of War Z gameplay. And so there'll be going to be a lot of stuff posted, and they'll all be posted in order, probably about 1 minute less than what the videos actually are, and so that if you started watching it right away, the next one will be ready for you when that happens. And those are going up, you know, it's a legal agreement, the non-disclosure agreement, and so they are Pacific Time is where the company is, and so midnight Pacific Time is when when those will start on November 5th, and so that is something that I'm excited about, because I really want to show you this game. But I have some complaints, and I want to tell you what I like about the game and some of the complaints I have about the game. And let me just start with my biggest complaint. And my biggest complaint is the NDA. And the reason for the complaint on that is not that, you know, I don't agree with NDAs, because I've done many of them. I'm under several of them for several different games that I've been, you know, playing or working on content for and everything that I can't show yet. But this one was kind of haphazard. And so the NDA, I didn't even know about it when it started, and that caught me off guard. I actually posted a video for those of you who saw it. There's only about 100 of you that actually saw the War Z video that I posted. But I took it down as soon as I realized that there was an NDA. And so, here's the issue, is that I've never before encountered an NDA on a game that I have paid for. And that is my complaint, is that I paid for the game, and so why is it that there's this NDA here that that I have to, abide by when I paid for it? And when I purchased it, I didn't see anything about an NDA, and I didn't know about that. And usually, a purchase is an agreement and everything, and so since an NDA is part of that, where they don't want anything shown about it, that should have been as part of the purchase agreement. And if it was, I totally missed it, because I just didn't see anything in there. I mean, I just clicked on a link, went to PayPal, paid, got an email saying that here's your registration code, and go download the client. Simple as that. So so I'm getting asked, since this is a live show, I can see some of your feedback. Sometimes it goes by too fast for me to read, but I noticed that Benoit is asking, what is an NDA? And an NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. It means that I agree to not disclose certain things that they say in the agreement. And in this agreement it says that I can't do any audio or video, it may have a couple of other things in there too, and I'm not going to get into fine details of anything, so I won't violate that NDA. And there will be plenty of content coming out once it's November 5th. So that's my biggest complaint about how they're handling it, and that's really a business thing. Now, as far as the game is concerned, I am really enjoying the game. I kid you not, it is the closest thing to Ultima Online's launch that I have experienced in another game. And I'm not talking about, Ultima Online in the sense that that they had a lot of technical problems in the beginning, although this does have some technical problems, but it's still an alpha, so I have to forgive that. Ultima Online was released as a completed program. And so it's the risk in the game. I've not experienced that in another game. When Ultima Online came out, they knew that there would be player against player combat, and they knew that would be an integral part. But what they didn't know was that with the player-to-player combat, that there'd be a lot of griefing with that, and player killers came up. And that may be where the term PKs came from. I'm not sure. But so it's very overpowering in this game how many player killers there are. And they are putting in things to work on that. Like today, I have one character, which you're going to see later in gameplay, that I made, that he is not worried about his reputation at all. He will kill anybody on sight if he thinks that they have anybody, and that's how I am role-playing that character. He is a bad guy, or in the game they call them bandits. And so today I was recording, and I was up in this building. I'd never been in this particular city area before, and I was all the way up in the top of the building, and I could hear footsteps. And so I knew somebody was coming, and so I was kind of like peering around this corner and everything, and so that I can see what is really, so I can see when somebody's coming. And I kept hearing a lot of footsteps. I heard some fighting downstairs and everything, and I got tired of waiting. I waited there for probably 10 minutes. While I'm recording, and in the recording you see me just kind of in panic, just like, and this is what I'm talking about. I haven't felt this since Ultima Online. Panic of, I know somebody's going to come up there, and I know that they're going to want to kill me, because you can't trust anyone. No one. And that is the only way I've been able to survive. And so, when I've trusted other people in the game so far, I've been killed. And so there's going to be some things that are going to show you when somebody is good and when somebody is bad. But they don't have that in yet. And so I'm waiting there and everything, and I get tired of waiting, and I finally go over to the stairwell, and I'm able to see down a couple of floors, and I see somebody coming. And so I'm like, okay, I can do this, because I keep getting killed. And it's really been pissing me off, and I have a medium-sized backpack, which are hard to find, and I have a whole bunch of gear and everything, which is hard to find, and I want to make sure I get all that gear back to a safe zone so that I can distribute it to my other characters. And so I am just waiting there, and I got my gun, and I'm looking over the edge, and I see this person coming up. So I try as quietly as possible. I back up, because you can hear footsteps of other people, and so you know that they're coming. And this female character is coming up, and she's got a fireman helmet on and a large backpack and everything, and I can't see whether or not she's got a weapon. But you know what? When I get into a really tense situation like that, I can't take the time to analyze whether or not they're friendly or not. I just don't have the ability to do that, and it's just the way my brain works. I don't know if that's for everybody is that way, but for myself, that is what I notice, and it just happens to me that way. So as soon as this other player got up to the top of the stairs, I advanced and I shot, and I had this it's like an assault rifle, and one-shot kill, and I was all excited because I always have trouble aiming. There's no crosshairs that show or anything. When you bring up a gun, it shows the gun, but it doesn't show line of sight right down the barrel. It's kind of off to the side, and so it it makes for having to figure out where exactly that person is in your line of fire. And if you can get a headshot, you can kill them right away. If you don't get a headshot, if you hit them in the leg or something like that, then it may take a couple of shots, and if they have a gun, they're shooting back at you. So I was able to get that kill, and that was really exciting for me, and something that I hadn't really experienced since like Ultima Online. And it's because there's not really any safe areas here. You can go to a safe area, and it's this little spot on the map compared to the entire map. It's like a spot being, I'm looking at the camera here, about this big on the map, and the entire screen here being the map. And so they're not very big, they're hard to get to, and so anyway, it was, let's just say, quite exciting. And so then I've got all this extra loot. She had all this other stuff, and so I took all of that, all that I wanted. I didn't take everything, but I took all that I wanted, and I started heading out of town. Well, when I'm out of town, I'm just outside of town, I see another character and another player, and he's running along a fence and everything, and I don't know if he sees me or not, but I kind of hide behind this rock, and I'm just kind of watching him, and I can see that he's holding something like a gun and everything, and so I decide that I'm going to run after him, and I'm going to kill him. So, because I want his stuff, I know he has a weapon at least, and if I can get that weapon, I need to give those weapons to my other characters who are not as aggressive. Because I found that you have to be very, very aggressive in the game in order to actually acquire a lot of stuff and stuff to survive. And so this is a whole survival game, and it's not just like it's a zombie apocalypse survival game, but it's also just about surviving. And so anyway, I start running after him, and the zombie pops up. He was laying on the ground right there, and I didn't realize that I saw a body there, but I didn't realize it was a zombie. And he pops up and gets in my way, and I have to shoot him. So I'm like, great, I just announced to the whole world that I'm nearby. Because you can hear gunshots in the city quite well. And so I go around the side of this building, and I kind of go inside the building. I can hear my footsteps really loud in there and stuff, and I see that there's nothing in there. I decide to back out of the building and just figure out what I'm going to do when I hear this other character running through, and and I hear him coming, so I'm going over towards the door. And there's like this window right here, and as I pass the window, I can just barely see him, and bam, he shoots at me. So I know that I'm going to have to aggressively take the fight to him now. And so I start running, and I run through the doorway, and I run in there, and I take a shot at him, and I miss. He shoots at me again, and he misses, and then I hit him with my next shot. And he drops a bit of stuff on the ground. You know what? There was no weapon, now that I think about it. Huh. I just now realized that he didn't have it, that he didn't drop his gun. Huh, I wonder if that's a bug. That may be a bug. It'd be an alpha version and everything, because I kind of expected him to drop his gun, but he didn't. So, okay, so I wasn't able to pick up that gun. And maybe that's part of how, you know, how it's, you know, shaping up to make it so that it's less advantageous to kill other players. But you can still have player-to-player combat. So anyway, the game is very, very suspenseful. And the zombies scare the crap out of you. The players scare the shit out of me. I mean, they scare me even more. And so, you know, it's really been quite a great experience in this game so far, and I really, really like it. And I can tell in the alpha that that there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed, but the potential for the game is huge and everything. So now I see here a comment. It's Mr. Cow of Duty, and so he says that WarZ is a scam. You know, I'm hearing this all over the place. In fact, Rhino Crunch did a video calling them out on that and everything, and then I think he deleted the video. I'm not sure, but it was missing later when I went to go look at it, and maybe it's because he felt like he didn't get his facts right or something. But you know, there's a lot of people saying that it's a scam, and I have to say that I don't understand why they're saying it's a scam. Is it a scam because they think that this game is going up and they're taking your money and they're going to run off with it? I mean, that's kind of the definition of scam, is that they're thieving you. And so a lot of people are calling it a scam, and you know, maybe that's partly because they don't trust it because of the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement, about, you know, not being able to show any video or gameplay or anything. And that is definitely something that you know, I've not encountered before. So it would make people suspicious, but having played it and having you know, purchased it myself, and I'm getting what I paid for and everything, I think that it's been perfectly fine. I don't see what the scam here is that people keep talking about. And so they had a couple different levels that you could buy, and the lowest level, which you can still buy at a discount, and it won't let you in until the 31st. And then there's another higher level which will let you in right away. And okay, so anyway, you know, I have another person here. Let's see. His name is WTF, I don't know. He is saying, isn't it just a copy of DayZ? You know what? It is a very similar game to DayZ, and it's striking the similarities. They have not copied any of the data from the game, as far as I can tell. They have not copied any of the controls of the game. They have not copied any of the code of the game. They have not, they have just taken the idea. And so you could say that the game Runes of Magic is a copy of World of Warcraft. Just like there was like, you know, Doom came out way back when, and then somebody made Hexen, and Hexen was using a very similar type gameplay. It was a little bit different, but similar type, and it was all killing, you know, things and multiplayer and everything. And could you say that something like Call of Duty, that is a combat game, that like the game Battlefield, which is very similar, could you say that one of those is a copy of the other? I mean, zombies are very, very popular, and zombie apocalypse is a very popular theme in zombie survival. And so somebody else here is saying that, let's see here, I don't see who said it, it scrolled off the screen, well, actually, let me go and look at that here. And so it says that they're just cashing in on DayZ. Well, here's the deal. DayZ does not have any patents or copyrights or anything on zombie apocalypse. They just don't. It could be said that, DayZ, what is that, The Walking Dead, that television show that's been out for a couple of years now, I think that came out before DayZ. And you could say that DayZ copied The Walking Dead and everything. This isn't an idea that can be patented or copyrighted or anything like that. And what DayZ has done, they've done it very, very well. I really have to applaud them. It really sucks that their product is something that they couldn't protect. And, while I feel a little bit bad for them because of this, nothing unethical has happened here. And a good entrepreneur will take an idea that they see for something else and they will improve on it. And so they've taken the idea of DayZ Zombie Apocalypse and they've added in all of these other features, all of these other multiplayer things and stuff, and they are improving on it and turning it into an MMO. And so now I know that DayZ is working on something like that and they just haven't got it done yet. And this is all about competition in the market. And, so somebody takes, let's take something really basic that many of us could do. And it'd be like going to market, going to like a weekend farmer's market and bringing your cart of apples. And so you're there with your apple cart and you're the only one there, and you're the only one there for a long time, and people come by, they buy your apples, they love them, they rave about them, and then they say that, let's just say that then competition arrives. And the competition has their cart, and they have both apples and oranges. And so the apple cart guy says, hey, this isn't fair. He's invading my space. You can't, this guy is just copying me. Well, would you say that that's true? That they're just copying them? No, they're an entrepreneur. They've taken and they said, you know what? We think people want more fruit than just apples. They also want oranges. Maybe they want grapes. Maybe they want cantaloupes, stuff like that. And that is, so that is just an entrepreneurial activity that, that they have. Now, DayZ had something. They were the first large game to hit the market with a zombie apocalypse MMO, survival MMO. Or not MMO, but just a zombie apocalypse survival game. And because they're first to market, they've done very, very well. Now, when they have get their MMO out, you better believe that I'm going to try it. They are more experienced at zombie apocalypse games than the War Z guys. And you know what? If they have the better one, they're who I'm flipping to, honestly. So that is what my plan is for it. And War Z right now, it's the shit. I really like it, and I'm having a great time with it. I can't wait for the NDA to be lifted because I'm going to have a whole bunch of content to post. And including, I have a whole bunch of videos that may be perceived very dumb. These videos are very short, 1 to 2 minutes. and they are just about how to like use a flashlight. I kid you not, I've made a bunch of these videos. And so like just an example is how to use a flashlight. And so you have the flashlight, and you know the flashlight turns on and off. Duh. It can also be used as a weapon. And then it has some vulnerabilities, like when you're using it, other players can see you with it, and so they then know that there's somebody there that has something of value, because that flashlight has value. It's very low value, but it has value. And then it can also be used in defense, that flashlight can be held up and shined right in the person's face so that they can't quite see you to shoot at you. And that is a lot of fun. Now, so it's kind of like survival bits for playing the game. And so when the game comes out, there'll be a lot of people that are trying to find out a lot of information. And so I'm going to have probably 40 or 50 videos that are going to publish all simultaneously right when the NDA lifts. And then I will have some video that will be like a guide to all these other videos. I haven't quite figured out yet how I'm going to do that. Whether I will have a video that just plays something in the middle and has something all around, that they're all the different annotations to the different stuff, kind of like a choose your own adventure. I don't know if you've seen those on YouTube. And or if you go back far enough to read the Choose Your Own Adventure books, you get a choice and then you take it there and it takes you into that stuff. And so maybe I'll have one that'll say, okay, this is this category, like food. Let's just say that I have a main video that goes food, and then another one that goes guns, another one that is weapons, melee weapons, another one that is drink, and other stuff like that, ammunition, and then you hit that, and then it'll take you to another video that'll have all the spots for all the different kinds. And as I get the videos made, I'll add the annotation to that, and they'll be in there. And then it'll be kind of like some kind of directory that you keep going back to the main one. And I'll try and make it really nice so that on the main one there won't be any advertising to get in your way. So that's how I pay for the channel, is that I have advertising on there. And but that main one, since you'll be going back to it so often, I don't think it'd be good to have any advertising on that one. And then so that you guys who are subscribed, which if you're not subscribed and you're still watching this, hit the damn subscribe button, please. So so those of you who are subscribed, that you may have a crap load of videos that appear all at once, but I'll only publish them like once every 2 weeks or once a month. Maybe once every 2 weeks as it's first going and getting a lot of stuff, and then once a month. And I'll publish them all at the same time, so that hopefully, it's going to bomb your subscription thing for just a minute, but that's not what I'm intending to do, not what I'm trying to do. But I am trying to publish all that stuff out there, and it needs to be public so that it can be searchable, so that players who are searching for this stuff can find the information when they're searching for it. So anyway, I think that I only have one other thought about the game, and that is that today, after those 2 kills, I mentioned this in my video earlier today, that I just got Sony Movie Studio, and if you want to know a little bit more about Sony Movie Studio and about editing games, go to the second half of the video that was published just before this one. So now I'm starting to save some clips of the gameplay, and so I'm going to save all the clips of me killing other people. And I think that's going to end up being like some sort of montage, and it's going to get longer and longer and longer the more people I kill. And at the end of my videos, my gameplay videos for War Z, and I don't know, I'll make it into something fun. But it's quite jarring seeing it, and you see people blown across the room and stuff, so it's a lot of fun. Anyway, So I have one last request here, and the the request is it just scrolled off, so I'm sorry I don't see the name of the person who said it, but it is asking for my in-game names. And so my in-game names are Marky Dragon, go figure. And then I have Marky, and then I have, which is Markee, and then I have Marky, which is 3 E's at the end. And then I have another one, which is my my player killer character, which I'm sure you guys will find out his name soon enough, but right now he's unnamed. So, meaning that I'm not sharing the name. So, anyway, if any of you who are watching this are playing War Z right now, and I mean not like right this second, but you're already in the game, and you'd like to do some collaboration working together on video, give me a message on Skype. Skype name is Marky Dragon, and I'd like to connect up with you. Let's do some gameplay videos together, and if you are another YouTuber, then we can both do recording at the same time for our channels. So anyway, I think that is it, and those of you who are wanting to get a War Z guest code, the exit here at the end, I have several of them that show there. It's going to be, you know, whoever can grab them first, and you can't try it until October 31st, and they're 2-day guest passes, and so get ready to write. Here we go. of you who are still here, don't forget, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and let's see, that makes it 11 a.m. Pacific Time, and it makes it 6 p.m. in the UK, GMT, 0 GMT. We will do a live show. We will be taking call-ins. The live show will last probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you will be able to participate in that by calling in. Skype is Marky Dragon, so you can look at it. If you go to the home page of my channel here, you'll see it's scheduled there, and it'll show you what time it is in your local time zone, and you can actually add it to your Google Calendar and or some other stuff so that it can alert you right before it starts. So anyway, check it out. I want you there tomorrow. I want to hear your your questions live via Skype on the air, and I look forward to seeing you then. And do subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because you can get these awesome swords.
If you made it this far in the video, you may as well subscribe. That's what I want you to do. You obviously liked it well enough to watch it this far. So look at this. This is Frostmourne. This is a Runes of Magic sword. This Runes of Magic sword is one that we're giving away as second prize to one of you subscribers, just for being subscribed. That's all you have to do. Subscribe and accept our messages, or watch our videos where we draw for prizes. So this one is it's a really nice sword. It's signed by some of the American staff for Runes of Magic. And then there's the big boy here. I got it on my shoulder because it's so darn heavy. You know, the sucker is 16 pounds. Look at this. So it's a two-handed sword here, man. This is a beautiful sword. And we're giving this away when we hit 42,500 subscribers. It could be you. So, just subscribe. That's all you have to do. We'll do videos selecting the winners, and we'll send you a message in YouTube as long as you accept it. Just make sure you accept messages from us. To do that, put us on your contact list. And you just add Marky Dragon to your contact list, and then you'll be able to get messages from us, and you'll have 30 days to get back to us when we send you a message. Or, if we can't message you, you'll just be on video, and you just gotta watch the video and then contact us. So anyway, if you made it this far, you really should subscribe, and I would appreciate it. So anyway, that's all.